This year, bills were introduced in 15 states to require genetically modified foods to be labeled.
Yeah, Hawaii was one of those states where those bills have gone nowhere. Now, the last in a three-part series, Food for Thought, the GMO Debate, as we hear from lawmakers and those entrenched in an issue unresolved.
We had hours and hours and hours of testimony, really heartfelt, passionate testimony.
Maui Council member Ellie Cochran has spent the past year fighting for legislation to get genetically modified foods labeled.
I think everyone should have that option and know what we're consuming.
But that may be getting tougher to do. In 2008, the U.S. Government Accountability Office reported unauthorized releases of GE crops into food, animal feed, or the environment beyond farm fields have occurred and will likely occur again.
This is the resolution.
This year, every county agreed on a labeling provision.
Each county was like, yes, yes. And
except for Oahu.
And then, no. So that's why I'm here personally.
This is not about the controversy of whether genetically engineered foods are good or bad.
Senator Mike Gabbard has been a huge supporter of GMO labeling. He led a 4,000-signature petition in 2008. More passionate protests this year. But bills to label whole foods failed again.
I would hope that at some point that we can have a hearing, have the discussion about this, and do the right thing.
No GMO!
House Agriculture Committee Chair Cliff Suji has gotten heat from protesters for years.
It's a very contentious issue.
This year, he and Senate Ag Chair Clarence Nishihara dismissed all GMO labeling bills without a single hearing.
I don't want to create a wrong impression in the public's mind that just because we label something that there's a negative to it.
I'd like to see the industry police themselves.
Putting a big fat GMO label on that serves really no purpose.
The Hawaii Crop Improvement Association's Alicia Maluafiti says 80% of the food we eat right now already includes GMOs.
And the entire cost associated with putting one little label on 80% of the food that we consume in the supermarket is economically not feasible, and it really serves no purpose.
Here we can plant literally any day out of the year.
Fred Perlak, head of operations for Monsanto Hawaii, says federal agencies already police the biotech industry and already require genetically modified foods with known allergens and toxins be labeled.
It's going to be costly for the state to set up agencies to monitor this, costly for producers, costly for manufacturers, costly for grocers.
More than a dozen countries ban or partially ban GMOs, but nearly 20 allow them. This year, Japan lifted its 10-year ban on GMO papayas from Hawaii, but ordered all be labeled GMO.
As long as these crops are grown in open fields, the risk of contaminating the food supply is great.
Honolulu-based Earth Justice documented genetic engineering in Hawaii. They say right now there are 15 species of weeds resistant to Roundup, and that's led to more and stronger pesticide use.
That's Pioneer headquarters down there.
150 Kauai farmers sued biotech company Pioneer in December. That's a dust devil swirling up not far from GMO fields. The suit claims Pioneer uses pesticides on its test crops almost every day, combined with trade winds kicking up pesticide-filled dirt that blankets Waimea. Pioneer says it's done everything from growing vegetation shields to slowing traffic, but says living with some dust is a reality of life on Kauai.
How come all of a sudden now? I mean, it's not just the seed farmers. That is a farming community. How come all of a sudden now?
I think right now there's so many unknowns.
In Hawaii, the cultural fears over GMO taro caused protesters to lock the doors on UH researchers. And twice in the past year, vandals chopped down scores of trees believed to be GMO papayas on the Big Island.
I hope we can move in a positive direction here.
Despite its deepening roots, passionate debates over Hawaii's seed industry and GMOs are going strong. A twist of tradition and technology that's getting harder and harder to separate.
Is there ever enough information? No. I guess it depends on who you trust.
Now, what scientists can do continues to stretch the imagination. Here's another one. Rice with human genes to treat children with diarrhea, a major killer in third world countries. It's waiting for approval from the USDA. But critics say long-term testing and what they call unintended consequences say possible health risks are a big concern for them. Now, Senator Nishihara, Senate Agriculture Committee Chair, says he is open to public discussions and he may be doing some of that sometime this summer. We're adding more information to our website on GMOs. Just check out the Hot Topics section of KITV.com. And here's one more twist. Senator Maile Shimabukuro, she is drafting a resolution right now to recommend that non-GMO producers label their whole foods non-GMO instead of the other way around. So,
yeah, but again, that's only a resolution, right?
Yeah, it is, meaning they would vote to recommend that producers do that. It's not a requirement, and again, that would say label is saying something that is non-GMO only. So,
very informative, Laura. Thank you very much.